If you woke up this morning and your tool didn't respond the way it used to, and you've been quietly wondering if that's just the price of getting older, I need you to stay right here for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share changes that conversation completely. I'm Dr. Celeste Rowan, and welcome to Strong and Ageless with Celeste Rowan. What most men over 50 don't realize is that the decline you're feeling isn't simply aging, it's interference. Your body hasn't forgotten how to produce what it needs. Something is actively blocking it. And today, we're going to identify exactly what that is. Before we go further, how's your morning energy been lately? Strong, average, or barely there? Drop your honest answer in the comments right now. And if you're done quietly accepting less than you're capable of, hit subscribe and join the men rebuilding their biology every single day on this channel. The full 7-day protocol is linked in the description. Grab it today. But right now, I want to tell you about a patient of mine, 63 years old, former football coach, and what we found hiding in his bathroom changed everything. I had a patient sit across from me not long ago, 63 years old, former high school football coach, the kind of man who used to run drills at 6 in the morning and still had energy left over to build a deck on weekends. He came into my office, looking tired in a way that sleep wasn't fixing. He told me he'd been waking up exhausted for the better part of 2 years. His drive had quietly disappeared. His tool wasn't responding the way it used to in the mornings. And he'd put on about 18 pounds around his midsection that no amount of walking seemed to touch. He looked me in the eye and said, "Dr. Rowan, I think I'm just getting old." And I told him what I'm going to tell you right now. That feeling of betrayal you carry when your body stops responding the way it used to, that is real. That grief is legitimate. But most of the time when I dig into the details of a man's daily life, I find that aging alone is not the whole story. Something else is quietly working against you, and once we find it, everything changes. In his case, we reviewed his blood work. His testosterone levels were lower than expected for his age, but not alarmingly so. His diet was reasonable. He exercised. He wasn't drinking heavily. On paper, nothing screamed catastrophe, so I asked him to walk me through his morning routine, step by step, what he did from the moment he got out of bed, and that's when we found it. Here's something most conventional doctors won't take the time to explain to you. Testosterone doesn't just decline because of age. Yes, production naturally drops as you move through your 50s, 60s, and 70s. That part is true, but there is a second force working against your hormones that has nothing to do with birthdays. It has to do with what your skin absorbs every single morning before you've had your first cup of coffee. Your body produces testosterone through a chain of biological signals. The brain sends out a messenger hormone called luteinizing hormone. That messenger travels down to a small cluster of cells in the testes called Leydig cells. These cells are essentially your testosterone factory. When the signal arrives clean and strong, the factory runs well. But when the signal gets disrupted, when something interferes with that hormonal communication network, production drops, energy drops. Your equipment stops responding reliably in the morning, and the belly fat that shouldn't be there starts accumulating. Now here's the part that shocked my patient. Many of the most common personal care products that men use daily, the fragranced body washes, the scented soaps, the antiperspirant deodorant sitting on your bathroom shelf right now, contain a class of chemical compounds known as endocrine disruptors. These compounds are absorbed through the skin. And once inside the body, some of them behave like synthetic estrogen. They don't belong in your hormonal system, but your body can't always tell the difference. Over time, this creates what I call a hormonal interference pattern. Your Leydig cells are already under more oxidative stress as you age. Add a daily dose of estrogen-mimicking chemicals to the equation, and you have a recipe for accelerated hormonal decline that has nothing to do with how old you are. Think of it this way. Your hormonal system is like a radio tower sending signals across the body. Testosterone production depends on a clean, uninterrupted broadcast. Endocrine disruptors are like static on the line. A little static doesn't shut the tower down, but years of daily static building quietly every single morning in the shower that disrupts the signal. And a disrupted signal means your factory doesn't get clear instructions to produce. I want to stop here and ask you something. When you woke up this morning, how long did it take before you actually felt awake? Not just upright, actually alert and ready to move. Drop your honest answer in the comments. I read them. And your answer matters because morning energy is one of the clearest early indicators of how your hormonal system is functioning right now. Now let's talk about what you can actually do, because this is where it gets practical. I put together a complete 7-day natural protocol specifically designed for men over 50 who want to begin reversing this hormonal interference pattern. It walks you through exactly what to remove, what to replace it with, and what to add to your daily routine to support your body's own testosterone production. The link is in the description below this video. I want you to check it at some point today because the changes in the first 48 hours are often the ones men notice most. Here's the framework I use with my patients. The first step is removal. This week, go through your bathroom and pull out anything with the word fragrance listed in the ingredients. That single word on a label can represent dozens of undisclosed chemical compounds, and many of them are known endocrine disruptors. Replace your body wash and soap with fragrance-free options or simple plant-based soaps with short, readable ingredient lists. This is not about being extreme. It's about reducing your daily chemical load so your hormonal system can function the way it was designed to. The second step is nutritional support. Zinc and magnesium are two minerals that your body requires to produce testosterone efficiently, and most men over 50 are quietly deficient in both. Pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, and lean red meat are among the richest sources. You don't need supplements to start, you need intention. Begin adding these foods to 2 meals a day this week and watch what shifts. The third step is circulation. Nitric oxide is the compound your blood vessels use to dilate and increase blood flow throughout the body, including to your equipment. Light resistance training and daily walking, even 20 to 30 minutes, significantly support nitric oxide production. Your vascular system is use it or lose it. Movement is medicine and it costs nothing. The fourth step is sleep architecture. Your body produces the majority of its testosterone during deep REM sleep, aligned with your natural circadian rhythm. Men who sleep with screens on, eat late, or stay up past midnight consistently suppress this production window. Protect the hours between 10 at night and 2 in the morning the way you would protect anything valuable. That window is when your biology is working hardest to restore you. My patient followed this protocol. He removed the fragranced products. He adjusted his diet. He started walking every evening after dinner. 6 weeks later, he came back into my office, and the man who sat across from me looked different. He wasn't just reporting better numbers. He walked differently. He made eye contact differently. He told me his tool was waking up again in the morning for the first time in years. His wife had asked him what he was doing differently. He said, "I just stopped letting the wrong things into my body." That sentence stayed with me because here's what I want you to understand before you close this video. This isn't just about performance. It isn't just about your equipment or your energy levels or your waistline. It's about reclaiming ownership of your own biology. You spent the first half of your life building something, a career, a family, a sense of who you are as a man. The second half should not be defined by a quiet surrender to symptoms that were never inevitable in the first place. The version of you that woke up strong, moved with purpose, and felt like himself, that man isn't gone. He's being blocked. And now you know where some of those blocks are hiding. The 7-day protocol in the description is your starting point. Not a pill, not a prescription, a process rooted in what your body was built to do when you give it the right conditions. Go check that link. Begin tonight. And if you know a man in his 50s or 60s who has been quietly fighting this same battle, send this video to him. Because sometimes the most powerful thing one man can do for another is simply say, you don't have to keep accepting this.